All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's McKinnon. And right away, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. After all of the turnover woes that they had last week, another turnover on the front. First drive of the game.
And when you dive into the analytics of football, it's real simple. If you're down in turnover margin, you're not going to win very many football games. The best teams always rank in the upper part of the league in terms of turnover margin.
And last week's number for them was 5 turnovers. And as you saw, another one there. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. Baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The punt team on now as this one's sent away. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Let's go! Grand 38!
Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Thomas Davis in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. On 2nd down, Barrett. And a dump off to White. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Flex round! Flex round!
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Tie it right, tie it right. Here we go! Grand 38!
Here's a give to Mixon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
From the shotgun, here's Barrett. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. we're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And the Colts coming out now. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
McKinnon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Now Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They run it with McKinnon. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man right side is Ingram. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are in for 6. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll go on the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
When I see Cameron Wake make plays like that, I can't help but shake my head sometimes. He had to go to Canada first before he came back to the NFL. or he's now an all-pro.
Yeah, undrafted out of Penn State, but look at him now.
And just think about all the pass rushing moves he has, his ability to play against the run. Remember, he was a
It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They begin with a run by Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Barrett rolling to his right. He's got a man, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Here's Barrett on play action. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Barrett. Airing it deep for Garcon. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Bud Dupree in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they'll run it here. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go get it right here. Come on.
Now Wilson on third down. And Ingram holds it in. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Colts are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 14-10. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
On 1st down, Barrett to throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Ohio! Here we go! White 90! White 90!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Barrett. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Ohio! 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 Check, check. 3 down, 3 down. Flex round! Flex round!
Barrett looks to throw on 1st. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Come on, let's go.
Off play action. Barrett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Out left side here to Bryant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And it's caught. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jerick McKinnon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Barrett. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Margus Hunt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
First target, first catch at a 1st down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now he's going to throw deep rights, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
19. Right, ready.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Come on, let's go. Right, easy. Check 51. Check 51.
They run once more with McKinnon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, what a move. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Brooks Reed able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, put an end to this third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And the pitch goes to Mixon. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever.
Ohio!
From the gun, Barrett. And he finds McDonald. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here we go. White 90.
Here's Barrett looking to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. This is White. Ooh, with a juke. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it right side to White. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Operating from the gun. Barrett. And that is incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Try it 38. Try it 38.
On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. This is White on the screen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. On the stop was Aaron Donald. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here again is McKinnon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Charles, defensively, 1 timeout left. Do you use it here, or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to get the 2-minute warning stoppage as well. And then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it running right. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio!
On 1st and 10, Barrett. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Lawrence Guy in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Barrett now on 2nd down. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And now it's 3rd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Come on, let's go! 38! 38! Ohio! Ohio!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jamal Agnew. And he is all the way up past the 25. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets. But oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Wilson wants to throw it. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a handoff looking right. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.